Hi, this is John Patrick Hickey. I want to welcome you back to our talk about the values of a success minded person. And I want to talk to you about what it means to be law abiding. Now, this can be a little bit of a complicated one. Now, we talked earlier about being honest and about being dependable, but what I want to talk here is about being somebody who abides by the law. Now, there's a couple stages here I want to look at real quick. One is, of course, being law abiding means that you're not going to be speeding down the highway, you're not going to commit crimes, you're not going to do things that you know are illegal. The law is created in order to help us have order in our society. And the law is important. I know that there are people who see the law as restrictive. What's funny is many times you'll hear the people who are complaining the loudest about the restrictions about law are the people who continually break that law. Now, there are laws that are unjust. There are laws that are restrictive, and they aren't good laws. What do you do then? Well, that's easy. You change those laws. We in this country have the greatest ability of any nation in the world. We can elect our officials. We, the people, can elect our officials. I know right now that's being threatened at times, but as it stands now, according to our Constitution, we can still elect our officials. And by doing so, those officials, now here's a news flash, not only for you, the citizen, but for the official themselves, those officials work for us. They work for us. They are there to do our bidding, not their own. And many of them think that they work for them. And they, matter of fact, many political leaders think that we are subject to them. And that is not how the Constitution works. They are subject to us, we the people. Now, if there is a law that needs to be changed, that's how they're changed. We put people in office, or we run for office ourselves, which is another whole topic that we should discuss at some point. We should run for office ourselves and change those laws which are unjust, unnecessary, or restrictive, and get rid of them, move on to something else. But for the laws, I want to focus on the laws that are good, the laws that need to be respected, the laws that restrict people from stealing, from committing crimes, from violence, from violating the personal property of other people. Those are the things that, one, we as individuals need to always respect and stay within those boundaries. That as a success minded person, you do not ignore or compromise in any of those things. There is no time that you say, well, I can twist the rules a little bit here or a little bit there in order to take advantage of something. No, a law-abiding person, a success-minded person, is someone who understands that the law is there for a reason, and we respect it and we abide in it. That we say that we will not compromise ourselves by giving in to some law that is important to keeping order in our society. So keep that there. But also we have to understand that the laws have to be enforced for those that do break the law. You know, recently in the news, we've seen many problems with different cities and counties and states where, and even in the nation, where laws are broken, important laws are broken, and people are just let off, or it's ignored. And that in itself is an extremely dangerous thing to have happen. If we do not enforce our laws, then crime runs amok. And when that happens, we become a very dangerous place. And things fall apart real quick. So it's important to understand that the law is there for a purpose, and that purpose is a good purpose. And let me add something here before we end this, and that is the importance of law enforcement. No success-minded person, no person, period, especially anyone who's an American, should ever disrespect or cause any danger to law enforcement in this country, or first responders of any kind. They put their life on the line in order to protect us. And we've seen that disrespect, we've seen that arrogance towards law enforcement so many times in this nation, and it's disgraceful. We need to be able to support and stand with and stand behind our law enforcement, to be able to see them as our helpers, our guardians that are there to enforce the law. At one time, when I was growing up, becoming a policeman was like this big goal in life. Everyone wanted to grow up and become a policeman. Now it's considered a disgraceful thing. You know, it's ridiculous. It's something that should never be. That these are honorable, decent people. Yes, there are people who have done disgraceful things. You find that in absolutely every walk of life. But you don't throw everybody out just because you got people who break the law. And whether somebody's a policeman, whether they're a first responder, whether this person is a businessman, a bricklayer, whatever, if someone breaks the law, then they're a criminal and need to be dealt with as such. But it doesn't mean that everyone in that profession should be looked at as a criminal. It's only that person who has broken the law, not the profession. But we have to support our law enforcement, because without them, we have no hope. You know, we need these people to be able to help us and to care for us. And I, for one, totally support law enforcement on every level, because I believe that they are there for my protection, for your protection. So success-minded people need to recognize that the law is not restrictive. It is not there to hinder things. Yes, there are restrictive laws, but again, we have a way of changing that, and you just have to take advantage of that change and make it happen. But for as far as the criminal element goes, that by following the law and not compromising, then we strengthen that law and those who enforce it. For the Growth Center, this is John Patrick Hickey, and I do want to encourage you to pursue your purpose and change your world. Hi, John Patrick Hickey again. And I want to thank you for joining me for this video, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. I do want to suggest that you hit the subscribe button, which is at the bottom of your screen, and that way you won't miss a single episode of any of the videos that are posted. If you'd like more information about my books or any of the blogs or videos that are available to you, then just go to our website, which is www.growthcenter.net. Or if you'd like to reach me by email, you can also do that by going to leadership@growthcenter.net. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.